the reason I'm out today, I don't know how well you can hear me because where I am is very windy, and I'm going to be taking some photos shortly. But I'll show you exactly where I am, and I'll try and explain as to why I'm here. Let me turn the camera around. There you go. We're at a solar farm, and I thought it'd be interesting to take a walk and actually see what these solar farms are about. Now, I've done a little bit of research and look at recycling of these solar farms and things like that. They're not exactly 100% brilliant for the environment. Now, I'm cupping the microphone at the moment so people can actually hear me, but they're not brilliant. I mean, they've got things like lead in them, they've got copper, they've got all sorts of lots and lots of plastics and things like that which aren't good for the environment. And yeah, they're just basically shit for the environment, really. And for the amount of power they put out over the lifetime, yes, all right, it will leave a smaller carbon footprint. But then you've got the carbon footprint that's going to be left by recycling them, and the cost, and the offset of the cost, and everything else. So I thought we'd come to one of these solar farms. If you can see that, this one's a medium-sized one, it's not massive, and actually have a walk around. Now, last night, Melton Borough Council, there was a planning meeting, and they actually voted in for a solar farm, a rather large one, to be built over in Pigwell, somewhere in Pigwell. The residents were there and everything else, and it was looking like they were going to vote it down at the beginning of the video. You can go and watch my live video on it. I just thought it was rather interesting, but they didn't. They voted it in, even after Lee Higgins left a statement. He written a statement, which I thought was a good one, making some very valid points. Now, with people saying we need to do net zero, we need to do this for the environment, we need to do that for the environment. The thing is, net zero has been proven to be complete and utter crap. For the simple reason, the offset of the cost and everything else, and how long it's going to take to actually get energy security. Do you seriously think this is going to lower energy bills? Because I'm telling you now, it isn't. The reason they want these solar farms, basically, they're saying it's a 40-year contract and then the land will be handed back to the farmers to do whatever they want to do with it. That's complete bullshit as well. It'll be built on. It'll be basically classed as an industrial complex. Now, they don't tell you the full truth about these solar panels and everything else, so I thought I would. I thought I would do a little bit of research on it and sort of try and find out a little bit more about it. Now, in these solar panels, there's a lot of lead, there's copper, there's plastics, and some of them, at some point, they're going to have to be recycled just to make them. And I believe they're being made in China. Go figure, Keir Starmer, go figure. You know, it's a little bit of a, let's just say, greenwash. So, you know, someone's just asked where in the world I am. I'm in Great Britain, Leicestershire area of Great Britain. And basically, I've just come down to a solar farm because there was a meeting last night at the local council about putting loads of solar panels up on farmland near a local residence area who don't bloody want it. Now, these councillors, again, no names mentioned, are elected. They're elected to do, you know, or help the local residents of the area. And I think that some of them, I'm walking up a massive hill at the minute, so if I get out of breath, I apologise. They've been rather disingenuous in my opinion. Now, we are near a solar farm. I will show you it once I get up this sodding great big hill. Let me just show you where I am. I'll turn the camera around. It's basically a dog walking spot. You get lots of dog walkers around here and things like that. It is quite a beauty spot, to be honest. I mean, look at that, all those green fields. And I'm on my way back, I'm going to be taking some photos, which will be over on my page later on tonight. Photography, it's all about the edit. So yeah, quite different. So yeah, these solar panels, the solar panels over in Pigwell are basically going to be one of the largest in this area, I know that much. I don't know who that is. one of the largest in the area. It's going to be creating a lot of electricity, and where the electricity will go, I don't quite know. Is it going to benefit Melton? Now, what they tend to do is, let me just turn the camera back round. I have to stop a second. Whew. What they tend to do is try and say we've got positives and negatives, and they'll make up these positives, like saying we'll put some beehives in and some wildflowers and other shit like that, which in my opinion is a form of greenwashing. Now, if you don't know what greenwashing is, just Google it. You'll be able to see. Now, I come up here quite a lot to take photos. I'm going to show you why. Why the hell wouldn't you? And this is the type of land, excuse me, that they want to put solar panels on. Now, this has already got solar panels on it, which is over that hill there. When we get to the top, I'll show you. So this might be a little bit of a long video because it is a fairly long walk from where my bike is, right up there, just there. I've already walked a fair distance, but I'm going to show you around this place as well. I'll remain the actual location undisclosed, I think, for now. But again, these solar panels, they do cost to recycle them, and they have got harmful materials within them. What the hell's this place? Look at that. Is that cow shit? Fucking tyres and all sorts, look. Let's go and have a look at this. This will be interesting. I know we're talking about solar panels, but this will make for some good photography, I think. Look at that wall. Random tyre, random graffiti, non-random cow shit. Anyway, back to the solar panels. Yeah, over in Pigwell, there's going to be one of the largest in the Melton area. This will be, I think it's going to be the third one or the second one. They're doing one in Oakham as well. I don't know how well you can hear me. Let me see if I can cup the microphone a little bit better so you can hear me a little bit better. So yeah, like I say, back to the solar panels. These solar panels that they're going to be putting in, none of the local residents in Pigwell wanted. I think there was one who looked like a Green Party voter who believes in net zero. And I'm basically just sick of the greenwashing that these people that want this planning permission actually do. We're going to put a swing in, we're going to put a seesaw in, we're going to put some beehives in, and then they add them to the list of positives. There's nothing positive about having all these solar panels in a farmer's field that could be used for grazing. Now, it's a known fact that we get 40% of our food from abroad. Why is that? Why is that? When we can grow our own. And with Melton being the, well, supposed to be, the rural capital of food, it seems to me, excuse the noise, it seems to me that the council don't want it to be that, in my opinion. I don't mention singular names, but just Labour, as a general idea, want to take all the farmland, pass it on to these developers that want to change it into solar panel wind farms and things like that, and then after 40 years is up, they tell everybody they're going to give the land back to the farmers so they can, in better condition, so that it can be used for grazing land and stuff like that, which is complete bullshit. It is a lie. I mean, look at the view there. Fantastic views around here, and I'm going to be getting some photos of it. But I just wanted to bring you up here to show you how beautiful the British countryside actually is, and we're right next to a solar farm and how it spoils it. But I think I've come the wrong way. I'll get some photos of it and I'll edit this video later and do another one. But yeah, solar panels, Not good. Also, planning permission was passed for a new car park at the stockyard, and we all know what's happening with the stockyard. Thousands of pounds of missing money. No one knows where it's gone, or no one's saying where it's gone. Missing levelling up funds and things like that. And people want to know. People want to know the answers to these questions. Now, if you don't ask the questions, you don't get answers. And the answers you want to be based on fact, not fiction. And we get a lot of people on social media, and I've been guilty of this myself in the past, because I'm only just learning about doing this type of thing that I'm doing on YouTube. You have to watch your sources of information. You have to be very careful what you say and where you're getting your information from. It's so easy to make a mistake, which you don't really want to be doing. Now we're just about to take a couple of photos. I might do a panorama here. That's one hell of a hill. Oh, I think I'm a little bit better than what I actually realised. But yeah, social media can be a horrible thing if you use it to try and gain notoriety for things. I'm sorry to have to tell you it won't work, and it isn't a good thing. To gain notoriety for something and you're only using it for that, I'd stop doing it. I don't do it for subs, I don't do it for money, I don't do it for any other reason other than a tool and a hobby. Here's where we are. I said I was going to keep it a secret, but all that is private land. Now you might be able to see the solar farm just there in the distance, just over that hill. And again, this is the type of land they're putting these solar farms on. I'm going to take a little bit of a walk up here towards the forest. My bike is quite a way away. It's locked up. I wouldn't have been able to ride it up here. I wouldn't anyway. It's a Vespa PX 125. I've only just got it. It passed its MOT and then it broke down, so I had to get it fixed. That was another £128. But yeah, here we are again talking about the solar panels. The new car park being built at the stockyard. At the top there, people saying that the car park hasn't been used for months. No, because it hasn't been open. That's the only reason it hasn't been used. But they want to build residence there, and I think it wants to be a old people's home. We've had old people's homes in Melton just shut recently, haven't we? So why are we building another one? Does Melton need a new old people's home, or could they just reopen one that was near the Memorial Gardens? We need a new doctors. We need a new dentist. Melton desperately needs infrastructure, and we're not getting it. So what do the council do? Agree for another 175 new dwellings to add to the already stagnant problem of Melton Mowbray, the rural capital of food, when we have cheese factories and shops shutting down week in, week out. Now, one of the claims by the developers of the solar panel site was that it will create jobs. What he failed to tell everybody was it will create 3 jobs, 5 maybe max, and it'll only be for a couple of years while it's being developed. How true that is, you take that on board yourself and do some research. I'm just basically saying what I see. Now, we've got 71 people watching. I'm hoping someone in the chat room is from Pigwell. Do you agree or disagree with the solar panels going up in Pigwell? Do you agree or disagree? Leave a comment. Because no one owns the land, nothing private, because no one owns the land. Yes, but the local environment there and everything else is extremely important. It has historical value and it will be a solid eyesore. That's my opinion on it. And it's a lot of other people's opinion on it as well. And also flood problems. Melton has had flood problems for years since we stopped dredging the rivers. Now, you're no longer allowed to dredge the rivers due to environmental problems. Well, I'd say an environmental problem would be flooding, wouldn't you? Some people will blame that on climate change. Some people will blame it on not, dredging the rivers. They do now what you call bank it, which is just basically stick it on the bank, make it higher. Well, bloody wind. Let's get to the end of this path here. I'm going to turn round, end the video and walk back and get some photos. I don't know how well you can hear me, everybody. I apologise for the wind. I should have brought my microphones with me. That's my fault. What a beautiful area. The only thing that spoils it, in my opinion, is the solar panels just around this particular corner here, which I'm going to show you now. This is what we came up for, isn't it? Here we go. Right, they're not, where the hell are they? All the way down the bottom there. It's a long walk round here. It's got to be at least a few miles, but yeah. As I said before, I can walk back to the end there and get a long shot of the screen of the solar panels. I just thought I'd do a quick video on it, and I needed a walk this morning anyway because of mental health and everything else. Now, I don't know whether you can see this in the distance or not. Would you rather have solar panels or them buggers over there? Now, to say we've already got wind farms up here, 2 windmills and a solar farm, what next? More solar panels, more wind farms, spoiling the countryside. It's disgusting, it's wrong. And I think they should listen to the local residents and have a vote. And if they're not going to do that, they're just going to make a decision based on, whether they wanted them or not, what they personally think, and they don't even live in that fucking area. All the residents were there last night, all of them. And there was damning evidence that the locals didn't want it all by one man. Now, I don't judge that man for wanting the solar panels up there. He thinks it will do the area good. He's entitled to his opinion, the same as everybody else. His free speech. And good on him for going to the meeting and actually saying something. But there you go. This is what Labour are doing to Great Britain, and it isn't good. This has been Street Switch Photography. If you like this video, like and subscribe, go and hit the notification bell, and I'll hopefully see you in the next video. Bye for now.